Welcome back. It's Monday. Let's start off the week with a Ferrari 360. Super clean. Manual, by the way. It looks like it's been converted. I don't know if Fabian did the conversion on this one or not. We're gonna ask him when he gets back out here. And if you remember from last week's video, when I was working on the Lotus, we were taking those under panels off, I was talking about how the Ferraris, you have to drop the pan before they go on the lift. Well, I'm gonna show you that now. So basically, for whatever reason, Ferrari decided to put the lift point right here, but also, well, this one's already been cut. A lot of people do that. We don't do that. We take them off before they go on the lift. The jack point is here, but the under panel goes all around it. And so when it's on the lift, obviously for reference, I have my jack here. So you can't get this off unless you're an imbecile and you cut it, which I don't like when people do that. You're just destroying the car at that point. Maybe this side isn't cut. Probably is. Yep, it's cut as well. Anyway, it's literally just a bunch of 10s. You put a jack on it, you crawl under here, you do a bunch of 10s, and the whole panel comes out. I'll show you what the panel looks like when it's off the car. And that's all she wrote. Bunch of holes, all a bunch of bolt holes. Got a big old pile of bolts right here. But now, she's ready to go on the lift. Let's put it on there and check out the inner side. Up in the air, you can see we have access to absolutely everything. And I was actually wrong. We're doing the whole 9 on this car here, guys. We're gonna be doing the gearbox fluid, oil change. We're gonna be doing, I got all the fluid here. We're doing brake fluid, so we're doing a brake flush and coolant. All fluids, all fluids. I'm gonna get started. We're gonna do the oil change first, then probably the gearbox. All right, let's start draining some oil. Well, all the fluids are drained, but not quite. We still have to do the gearbox. The 360 is nothing like the F430. They have their similarities, but the rear bumper, we got to pull the whole rear bumper off just in order just to get to the drain plug and fill plug for the gear casing. So we're going to pull that off now. With the bumper off and with the fluids drained, all I have to do is fill it up. So we're gonna start out by filling up this gearbox case, and then we'll go up top and we're gonna do the oil. The oil filter sits up top. We're gonna do that up there. And then we're gonna go into vacuum filling this thing because these are kind of a pain in the ass to bleed. Apologies for all the racket, but we need to vacuum this system down because these are, like I said, a pain in the ass to bleed. So I have a big old bucket here. We got the coolant and distilled water mixed. The reason we're using distilled water, the customer asked for it. It's actually better anyway because it gets rid of all the mineral deposits and stuff like that that could gum up and cause sludge over the years. We're letting the air compressor do its thing, and then we're gonna start airing this thing down. Sucking it to the max. We're all topped up with the coolant, and Fabian's gonna explain what he actually did to this car a while ago and promote a little something.
What's up, everybody? It's your favorite mechanic, Fabian, with FJ Motors. So earlier last year, this customer came to me and he said he was bored with his 360, was thinking about getting manual Lamborghini, and I had a Cabrio Manuale manual conversion in stock, and I sold him on this instead of buying a new Lamborghini because I told him he would re-fall in love with this vehicle after we manual converted it. So you can see we have the proprietary gated shifter in there, and then the kit basically comes with new cables, clutch pedal, fluid lines, and rear shift linkage. I don't know if you could see it down in there, but we converted the vehicle and the customers loved it ever since. Says the best decision he's ever made. So if you are in the market to possibly get a new driving experience with your Ferrari after you've had your F1 for numerous years, we can definitely do that. Message us at fjmotorsstl.com for pricing and availability, and we can get your car new, lease on life.
Now that I got all the fluids in this bad boy, all that's left is to start it and check the fluids. Gotta make sure we turn that heat on high. Everything warm up. Funny enough, we actually check the oil while this thing is running because it has a dry sump system. Starting to get some heat in the cabin, and I'm also getting some flow from the reservoir. Getting all those bubbles out. By us vacuum filling it, we actually got a lot of the bubbles out, which makes it way easier to fill. There should be technically no air in the system, but it's really hard to alleviate that when the radiator's all the way up there and it's traveling all the way back here. Pretty challenging. Just check the gearbox fluid. She's good to go. Now we can put the bumper back on. And here's the new linkage that Fabian installed a while ago. That gets rid of the F1 system. Nice. All right, we're gonna put the bumper on. All that's left is we need to do a brake flush on this. So I'm gonna suck the brake fluid out of the reservoir. We're gonna go through, suck fluid out of the calipers, keep topping off the reservoir, brake flush, bada bing, bada boom, throw the wheels on, back this thing off the lift. All right, I'm gonna do that now. We are all done with the car. We're put back together. I'm gonna go take it for a test drive. Other than that, this Ferrari's done. So let's move on to the next project. It's Tuesday here at the shop, and another Ferrari has entered the chat. Ferrari F430. This is actually the Ferrari that we built the engine on. Literally built the engine on. So if you haven't seen that, that's actually on my YouTube channel. Go check out the previous videos. There's a 2-part series of us taking it out and putting it together and driving it, all that fun stuff. This Ferrari's all done. Now Fabian and I have 2 more cars to go get. Let's see what we're grabbing. Very busy day, very busy Tuesday. Just got one of the new cars in the shop. What's it say here on the dash? Oil level above maximum. We saw that last week too. This is the plan. We're gonna loosen a drain plug just enough to where it can seep some oil out. Measure it in our can here. We're gonna take about a quart out and then recheck it and keep doing that until it says it's all right, because the customer doesn't want to do an oil change on it. Took about a quart and a half out of it. Now it says below minimum. So we're gonna put a little bit more in. Just like that. We're in the green, baby. All right, this car's done. We go back to the customer. We're gonna pull this out and pull the next car in. Got the next car in the shop. The reason it's pulled in this way is because I gotta remove the front bumper to do the headlights on this car. But we got a new company. We're gonna check it out. They're called Founders. We used to have to take the headlights out and then ship them overseas, and it costs a lot of money. And a big hassle and time consuming. So let's check this company out, see if they're better. It's the full unit.
Sweet.
So they're a lot cheaper option. And they still look like great quality. Hopefully they act the same. I'm gonna remove these and we're gonna check them out. First glance, having them out of the box, super nice quality. It's got factory plug-in. Everything's ready to go. The carbon looks really good in there. I'm not gonna pull the whole sheathing off just yet to protect it. But now I need to take these wheels off. We got this inner fender liner here, and then we got access to all the bolts, and this front bumper will slide out. All right, let's get this bumper off. Before I pull the bumper off,
What's up, everybody? Our customer brought us this Defender Resto Mod, and he's got some brake fluid leakage that's eating up his epoxy floor. So we're gonna pop this wheel off and see what's going on with it.
Got the bumper off. Now I just need to pull the rest of this fender liner out because the lights actually come out this way. Like, why do I have to pull the bumper off though? That's because of this bracket right here. I have to get to that bolt, which I can't get to from back there. Got one of the old crusty ones out. I'm gonna have to take this shielding off to slide the new one in. Those look really good. I like it. Already has a seal on it as well. It's got the factory harness. It's literally just a plug and play kit. So let's put this in there, see how it looks. Got one fitted in the car. It's kind of hard to see the carbon with the lighting, but it looks way better. Really cleans up the front end. I like it. I think the customer's gonna be happy with those. They're both installed. They look really good. Fitment's pretty spot on. So from factory, from them producing it, it's pretty good. I like this company. Finally all done with this thing, other than we gotta wipe it down and vacuum out this bay. Thanks, bro. No, you're good. You're good, let's go. All right, all done with the headlights and on to the next project. Another Ferrari 430. Fabian just sent me a list of what we're doing to this. Let's go through that and see. I think in this box it has new shields. So far we got to adjust the top. We have new of these. Have new of these we're putting on. And then there's a bunch of other stuff. We're just gonna go along as we go. Closing up shop for the night. Got both the Ferraris on the lift. Got the MG pulled inside. That's actually Fabian's MG, which yeah, you're listing it tonight.
Yep.
So by the time you see this video, it's already been on Facebook for about a week. But let me get this hood open. This thing's had a full frame off restoration. There's books to document it with pictures. The engine's been rebuilt. It's got upgraded carbs. All the chrome's been polished recently. This thing runs and drives great. It's got brand new interior. Apparently this is a custom dash, Fabian was told at one of the MG meets that he went to. It's super small, absolute blast. If you're interested, check out if you can find it on Facebook Marketplace. And if not, obviously you can reach out to us at fjmotorsstl.com or just FJ Motors STL on Instagram. You can reach out on my Instagram, CB Fastlane. You can leave a comment. Whatever you want to do, reach out and try to buy this thing if you're interested. Let us know. 30K. 30K is the asking right now. So let us know. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. It's Wednesday, my dudes. And we got another Ferrari to work on. You already saw this one last night. But we got this box. Let's open it up. Check out the panels, and we're gonna install those. Well, this is a Ferrari Spider, and we got panels for a coupe. So putting these back in the box, and we're gonna move on to something else. Got this rear shield off so we can put some bolts and nuts in this exhaust hanger that's been making some noise. Got the vibration in the rear fixed. The other complaint was a vibration in the front, which is right here that I found. I was knocking around on the dash, and this was just loose, not even bolted in. Got those pieces fitted. Now they're actually secure, both sides. I found out that this side was not installed either, so it popped right out. On the list though, we have the center console is not installed properly. Oh, never mind. That's just that rattling. Not installed properly. The back right. Oh, he's talking about that loose bolt right there. Let's see. Right there. That's what he's talking about. All right, let's tighten that down. Hopefully, it's not stripped. That seems to be a common theme with shops nowadays. They like to strip shit. Now that's installed properly. It was literally just loose. We're waiting on the dead pedal to show up. Fabian has just ordered one. Fabian is still working on the Ferrari. Turns out there was a check engine light on that. I have switched gears for the day onto the BMW that we've been trying to get to, but the shop's been so busy. We did a motor on this probably 2 weeks ago, and the issue is, where's that sensor? Oh. The issue is this Valvetronic sensor is locked up on this side. So the motor was shipped like that. This one we know is good from that engine. That engine just had a piston ring blow by, so hopefully this will fix it. The other issue though that we're running into, this is not easy to get to. We might have to drop the motor again just to get to that part and get it out. I can see it, it's right there. See all those colorful wires? That's what's plugged into it. It points down, but it also points down into the frame. Might be able to drop the subframe a bit. I don't know. We're tagging along. I'm trying not to drop the motor, but we're gonna see what happens. So basically we couldn't get to it, so pulled the motor out. Had to do all this just to replace that guy right there. That's it for Wednesday. Pulled the motor out of this car, did some other work. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's go to Thursday. And I'm starting to pull down this motor. We got these direct port injection injectors, and I gotta pull them out. Well, they need a special puller to actually pull them out. Well, the only puller I have was this Land Rover puller, and these can't fit on here and around like it's supposed to. So I made a tool. I took a bolt and I ground it down so it'll now fit inside of my clamp here, and I can clamp it down. And then now I have a slide hammer. And then I have a nut on the bottom with the same thread pitch, and it kind of just pinches itself in here. There you go. Get it screwed on. Same thread pitch, pinches. And then now, slide this guy here, put this guy on. Now I have a slide hammer, and it doesn't damage the injector. Works like a dream.
6.5 hours later.
Got the new motor on the motor installed in the car. So now, just double checking everything, going over hoses, lines, and then we're gonna push it back. And this is going back into the vehicle. And we're gonna make sure and pray that that works. Because we don't wanna do this a third time. Well, a couple hours later, and she runs, and runs smooth, thankfully. So, yeah, Fabian. What are you doing? You want to test drive it? Later. Yeah, we're cleaning up the shop right now. Stay tuned for that tomorrow. All right, we got all the cars pulled inside. Just a couple things to finish up with that. A bunch of work with this. This is still for sale. To tomorrow? Oh yeah.
Defender, waiting on a new caliper. Do a PPI on a Bentley. Hopefully get this car back to the customer so he's happy. And then on to some big projects next week.
It's Friday, coming to the end of the week, and we still have a lot of work to do. We finished up this morning. We finished the Alpina. We topped off the fluids, checked out everything. Fabian took it to the car wash, washed it up. Now, what are you doing, sir?
Doing a pre-purchase inspection for a customer that's thinking about buying this vehicle. Basically just go over everything to make sure that the customer is aware of if there's any damages or leaking issues with the vehicle before he buys it. Then he can make his decision on what we find for him. All the information is relayed only to the customer on a PPI. Has nothing to do with the dealership. So it's just directly transactional with us.
So if that's a service that you're looking to get done, if you're looking at a car that's close to around here in the St. Louis area and you're trying to get it inspected before you buy it, let us know. Hit us up at fjmotorsstl.com and we can get that appointment made for you. All finished up with that PPI, and now we're moving on to the famous Mercedes-Benz Aston Martin. I still don't understand why that video got 1 million views on Instagram. But we're doing rear brakes and rotors, an oil change, and then a window switch that isn't here yet because the inside one is broken. After hassle with taking the rotors off and beating them off with a air hammer,
Boy, dude,
pause.
off.
Fabian is now doing the oil change, and then I'm gonna go eat. Have fun.
Yeah.
I'm back from lunch, and Fabian finished the other Aston. Now we're on to the next Aston, 007 edition. This thing is so badass. I absolutely love these wheels. Everything just mates together nicely. Along with this interior, so dope. All right, there's a front lip that we have that's gonna go on. It's sitting up there on our rack. And then, oh yeah, it's getting some tips too. It's got these crusty things on it. So we're gonna replace the crusties with some nice brushed titanium. It's gonna look good. I like it. A little bit fatter. Got the tips on and the brakes are done. And we decided to opt out on the front lip that was gonna go up here. This is a splitter. It just didn't look right. It was a universal one and it just did not fit on this car. And too many nice body lines that flow, and that would look like a brick in the front. So deciding not to go with that. Customer's gonna look into getting something else that's gonna flow a lot better with the car. With that being said, this is our last car for the week, so we're finishing out the week strong. We got a bunch of cars out of here this week. Next week is gonna be absolutely insane, so make sure you stay tuned. The day in the life video portion is probably gonna be a little bit short, but stay tuned for the Wednesday videos, the specialty videos, because those are gonna be some really cool projects. I hope you guys liked this week's video. Please like, subscribe. We're almost to 700 subs. Thank you so much, guys, for all the support. I'll see you next week. Peace.